This is Mistakes University today. And every chance you have, this football will represent your opportunity. And if you drop it, what do? Isn't that kind of the challenge for you as a CEO, is you've got too many things communicating with you, too many people to respond to, too many people hitting on you, and you want to sort out and not miss the great opportunities, and of course they want to connect with you too. So let's say Marty Schottenheimer, who was, God bless him, but the best coach I ever had, God, he just made us feel like a team. He made us feel tough. He made us feel if we worked our, excuse me ladies and men, asses off, and we focused, that's all that mattered. It was work hard and perform on the field, and that was it. And that clarity, in 1 year we went from 88, that mediocre team, to a real team, and 1 year later we're filled at Arrowhead Stadium. So now the clock is 40 seconds. Let's say they've run a play, and the clock immediately starts, and I'm running on the field, get to the middle of the field, now there are only 20 seconds left, and you're my snapper, you're already lined up. What do you have to stay? In that moment when 80,000 people, what do you have to stay? Focus, say it, focused. Focus. So, in these moments when we're tired, fatigued, exhausted, I want you to hear me saying focus, and obviously focusing on the right thing. What can we control? The analogy of the kicker. What's the only thing in life we can control? Us! Second word, passion. One of the great challenges of being an NFL player is when that light goes off and your career is over, the attention is not the same. You've got to find a new passion. So I want to challenge all of you, if you're not in it right now with a sense of passion, you have to find that. Our military representative here that I mentioned earlier, you know, if you're going out into battle, you're putting your life on the line. Find that thing that's putting at least your soul, your spirit, everything you really care about on the line. Because life is too darn short. It's too darn short to do stuff you don't love doing. And that's really perhaps the biggest thing of all, is if we're going to come together, let's come together about things that really matter. And the third word is purpose. A lot of great people may have been there in 1997 when I hosted America's Promise. And I saw 3,000 people with H.W. Bush on the stage, all united by helping youth. We have to do more to help our youth. Kansas City, I've been around the country. There is no city better that gets caring about other people, caring about your community. No city in the country. I live in Phoenix now. I come back here 6-7 times a year. We won the award. In fact, Colin Powell came and gave it to us because we care about our community. We care about each other. My father, and I'll go into this just briefly, my father was a Fulbright scholar who worked with a guy named Arnold Toynbee. Arnold Toynbee, if you look him up, was one of the great historians of the 20th century. And in his book, A Study of History, sounds very subtle and small, it was 12 volumes, 3 million words, but he had a theory called challenge and response. He said we measure civilizations like America right now by our capacity to confront challenge and respond courageously, right? Isn't that what it's all about? You can evaluate a civilization that has adversity a lot better than one that has sunny sailing and no challenges, right? And that's true for us as individuals. So I just noticed that I was getting better by putting myself out there again and again, even when it hurt. That process was thinking I had to be something else or become something else. You know the analogy of the caterpillar and the butterfly, when in reality it was the reverse. I had to become more myself than I ever had. So I'm going to give all of you this challenge. Don't be less than you are or somebody else. This is about you being you, your best person. And everyone in here, you know, we're told we can't use the word God and all that. Listen, God has made every one of us uniquely powerful and gifted. And every one of you, the journey is to find that gift, in each of you and honor it. And you honor it by not giving up. You honor it by working harder than you ever have and creatively. What's great is if you develop this attitude, I'm going to jump feet first in there, even when there is fear. I have a friend calling it, do it afraid. Write that down. Do it afraid. Because your body, speaking of uncomfortable, is never more uncomfortable than when you are afraid. Do it afraid because your brain learns the most when you are afraid. Your brain and your body, your cells, learn the most when you're afraid. And the next time, you're what? Our military people know this. You're a little less afraid. I want you to take 1 minute right now and write down, if you have a pen, or put it on your little phone, you don't have an excuse, what's the best thing that can happen to you between now and 2019 that will help you feel a sense of purpose in your life better than you ever have? What is the thing that will give you the best sense of a purpose that is not only business successful, not only your skill sets to connect to people, but to connect to that sense of yourself? You feel more connected to you. If you have that, the rest will follow. No matter how successful I was, in the end, it wasn't about my ego. That never really helps. It's about that sense of your spirit and channeling your energy into a spirit that helps others. It's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbled, said Teddy Roosevelt. The critic belongs to the man or woman that's actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who comes through, and in the end, if he or she fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so they will never be lost with those cold and timid souls who know neither victory nor defeat. God bless you. Kansas City, I love you. Thanks for your attention today. Thank you.